A man says and explains why he's giving up the rights to his child. Let's get into it.
Okay, this is another Dadcast coming live from Brooklyn Family Court, where today, people, probably I want to say about an hour ago, I completely relinquished all rights to my daughter. It may sound like something that's horrible, considering I'm a person who has advocated to fight for your child no matter what. But it comes at a point when you're a parent or a man or an individual where you have to put your own interest ahead of that of your children. Because you're really no help to your children if you happen to be in a bad situation. If you're in jail, if you're broke, if you're unable to do anything, you're no help to your children. In maturity, I've kind of learned that. I've learned that my child's mother is a broken, disgusting loser, and she believes that her entire future is dependent on me taking care of her. So she's decided to try to use the child as leverage. But today she got thrown a curveball because I signed over all my parental rights and I ended the matter. In addition to that, I put an order of protection on her in the state of New Jersey because I'm just tired of her. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the games. I'm tired of just all the attempts to defame me and slander me because she's mad that she happens to be a loser. I'm tired of it, people. So, in the interest of justice, in the interest of keeping my own peace, my sanity, and protecting my future, and protecting my goals, and protecting my life, I have decided to forego any rights or any access to this child. I'm still young. I'm reasonably attractive. I have a working penis. I can have another child, and I will. But as far as this child is concerned, I'm done. Um, Men don't abandon their children because we don't love them. We abandon the children because the women who give birth to them are, excuse the term, completely horrible people.
All right. So, Q Diddy, I want to come to you first, and then we're gonna open it up after Slimmy. A man is giving up his parental rights, and he's completely given up on fighting for his child because he believes that the woman is just so toxic, is so horrible, is such a bad person that the child is just gonna have to find them once they become an adult. Do you think that this is logical? Do you think that this is right? Do you understand him? What are your thoughts about this whole situation, Q Diddy?
I 1000% understand him. I 1 billion% think it's logical. Like, you don't get to tell me who I love. Like, if I don't love this fucking kid because this came from this wretched woman, then like, what good am I to be around? You know, like some dads that don't give over their rights, like you're doing more harm than good. Just like you said, like you're a horrible dad. You're in and out of the dad's life. Like you just need to go away. Like you're not really doing nothing for the kids. I get it, man. 100%.
All right. Slimmy,
Protect your peace, King.
Hey man, y'all dudes gotta stop being bitches. Like real talk, stop being a bitch. Take care of the fucking kid. Stay away from the woman. Like, but ultimately you slept with that motherfucker. You chose that bitch. So I don't understand. I don't understand how dudes be. I don't understand how dudes talk so crazy. How could you sleep with this woman if she's that horrible? What? Why you fuck her? You know what it take. You know what's gonna happen. And niggas playing crazy. Niggas playing crazy after you done slept with this bitch. You done did all the nasty shit. She wasn't horrible then, but you nutted in her. Come on, man. You ain't have to shoot up the club. Shoot in her mouth. People say I'm crazy for saying that. Shoot in her fucking mouth. You don't have to shoot up the club. Have that motherfucker swallow every last drop. If she that motherfucking nasty, don't fucking shoot up the club. Niggas is being irresponsible as fuck, man. Like, this is irresponsibility to the highest power. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That bitch wasn't horrible when you laid down with her. She wasn't as horrible to keep away from her. You wanted to bust a nut. You chose the wrong bitch. Live with the consequences. Fuck it. That's what you did. You fucked her. And then you don't want to live with the consequences. That's what happens when you have sex. Children can be born. I don't get it.
I would give pushback on.
You can't give no pushback.
You wouldn't.
You can't give no pushback. I ain't got no motherfucking kids.
I'm not talking to you. You haven't even.
I don't
told
give
me
a fuck.
I haven't even told you.
Ain't no pushback. Ain't no pushback.
I would give pushback on. She wasn't horrible when you fucked her. I have fucked horrible women. before and after I busted a nut, so that's not correct.
Before,
They were horrible when I fucked them, and they were horrible after. Yes.
so
Just
you
'cause
knew it
fuck them
before you
doesn't
did
mean they're
it. You did it anyway.
nigga. What don't you understand? I fucked horrible bitches. What the fuck you don't understand?
So then, if a child comes out of that, that's on you because you knew she was horrible when you laid down.
And I'm out. I don't get. I don't understand. You're not gonna change my mind. My whole thing was the horrible nigga. She was horrible through the whole thing.
We talking about this dude right here. This
I
dude
understand that.
says she horrible, saying she
Sexual
all this,
pain.
she talking all this stupid ass shit. Nigga, you laid with her and you had a kid with her, and now you trying to absolve yourself of fucking sleeping with a shitty ass woman.
He had an addiction. I feel bad for him.
He's trying to absolve himself from sleeping with a shitty ass woman. He knew she was shitty. And what the fuck? Now then the nigga gonna say I can have another kid. What? You don't need to. You don't need to. Sit the fuck down. Shit crazy to me, man. Like, people condoning their own bullshit is insane. This is insane, man. Like, this is what I be saying when I say men have failed because of sucker shit like that. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't care. They call me crazy. But motherfucker, once you sleep with somebody to a point where you having a kid, that's your fucking responsibility. Fuck that bitch. Take care of that motherfucking kid. That kid ain't do shit to you. That kid didn't ask to be here. Take care of your motherfucking responsibilities. Your responsibility really wasn't to sleep with a shitty woman. You really weren't supposed to do that. You're supposed to find a nice woman to sleep with. Have some fucking discernment.
I agree with everything Slimmy just said.
I
And
don't.
if he really wanted to take care of the kid, why not file for full custody? Why not do that? He just didn't want to be responsible for a child. That's all. It had nothing to do with that woman.
Why y'all aren't for free speech? Y'all are for free speech. Why aren't y'all for like this nigga like doing what he wants to do?
Don't lie about it.
Like who says that's for my just because I have a kid? Who says that's my responsibility? Like, why are y'all projecting what y'all feel on other people? Like, no, it's not.
Because that child is going to be a burden on society because he was too weak to parent his own offspring.
Or the child
It's
could be burdened
one
on
more
society because
child
he's a
who may
shitty
end up
dad.
in jail or dead before their time. The child is probably better off without him because he's obviously a horrible
Exactly.
man to even walk away from something he created. But
If you feel that way about your kid, you don't need to be around, and you're better off gone.
he is better off gone. But he's talking about making more of himself.
Well, maybe if he makes another one, maybe this one he'll feel different if he decides to do so. But
No,
as of
because
this
some
little
people don't
motherfucker, who
realize that they're the problem and they're the reason why they're having issues in their relationship. He'll probably make a similar mistake. So it's irresponsible, like Slimmy said. I don't know. How can you, these children end up being somebody else's problem, the system's problem, the state's problem. They end up having a stepfather that may or may not do something to them. Like it's so much that goes on, and he's moving from a very selfish place. And I hate that it's just another black man proving to be a stereotype. So it's just a L.
you have to
So
be selfish before you can be selfless. So I
Being
feel like that's
selfish is not putting your child in somebody. That's truly being selfish if you truly love yourself. You're not going to put your sacred seed, your sacred life force into somebody you don't see a long-term situation with. Especially, it's one thing, okay, you don't want to be with a woman, but that is your responsibility as a father. And you signed off and you bragged about it and told the world like a messy baby mama. This is why certain men don't get respect. If that's
uh,
what masculinity is,
Anybody
this is why
else?
y'all kids grow up to not respect y'all.
Okay, I like that. Looks like
So
everybody is kind of on a different opposite ends of the spectrum right now. Go ahead, Mika.
well, I'm in the middle because I don't necessarily disagree with what y'all are saying, but it's
Who's
the
y'all?
it's the everybody but Quentin. I don't necessarily disagree with it, but the problem that I'm having is once you're at that point, right? Because I agree you should how you should bet. We've had these conversations, yada yada yada. The problem that I'm having with it, okay, so once you're at that point, someone is supposed to deal with a terrorist all day. And if the father is a piece of shit for wanting to leave, what is the mother for constantly doing those types of things that would make somebody want to leave? What is the mother for constantly making the father, who could generally be a good dad, why would you keep going down to the court to pester him? Why would you keep doing that? Because now that seems like you don't care about the child either. So now the child has two pieces of shit
Yeah, but
instead
we
of
don't
just one.
know what
That's
she did.
typically how it goes.
He could be
Right.
saying that she's a horrible person because she wants him to take care of this responsibility. And children are terrorists,
Right,
so
but
you can't
since
say
we
this
don't
baby mama that's just a
but
terrorist,
since we don't know the details, right?
right?
We don't know the
It
other
could be
He
as
thinks
simple
details.
as
that
him
she's
having to
doing
pay for
something to
some
make
We
diapers
we
and
can
him.
he
only go
wants to
by what
bounce.
he's saying. So I'm not necessarily agreeing that you should leave your kid, but there's two things. When you're in a
I am.
relationship, it's not just the other person. Like that annoys me sometimes when people are like, "Oh, it was them, they cheated." Okay, they may have cheated, but what were you doing? Like what you also contribute to it. And people try to absolve themselves. And a lot of times, just because the mother has the child does not mean that she was a good person in that relationship. Some people are capable of dealing with it and some people are not. That's why I'm glad I'm a woman, because I can tell you right now, the way some women act, I probably would be the piece of shit that leaves.
I mean, Mika, let's be for real. This man said that he was attractive, so we already know that he's a liar.
Yeah.
So I
Oh
mean,
no, I'm not taking up for her. I'm just looking at it from totality. Like I'm looking at everything there. And I'm just like, why would women set up their child like that? Right? Okay, he don't like you no more. Or you don't like him no more. Okay, and
Any parent that abandons their child, though, mother or
I agree,
father,
but I
is a
didn't
terrible
disagree.
person.
I
And
didn't
it's just
disagree
like
with
you made
abandonment.
that responsibility. And I understand not wanting to put up with the person, but I'm sure they've had
I didn't
sex several
disagree. I'm not
times.
absolving him. I'm saying though, if there's somebody that's pulling up to your house, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just saying the things that I've seen, whether in real life or whether other people's stories, right? And if there's somebody doing this, that, and the third, it's just like it comes to a point. It's like, is it really worth it? Because there's stories where people even end up dead, the man or the woman. And now the child has one parent going to jail and one parent doing this. What good does it make if you're putting him on child support? Let's take accountability. If you know he's broke, right? You know he's broke. You're gonna put him on child support where he's gonna end up in jail, where he's gonna owe more money.
I just don't agree with men getting on the internet and trying to represent fatherhood and other men and push and like we normalize everything. Abandoning your child should not be looked at as normal just because you don't get along with the person you slept with and got pregnant. That is a personal issue. And I feel like as a man, part of being a man is doing the hard things. That's your
I,
responsibility
I
at the
can
end of the
I can
day.
agree.
You can
You're a woman.
easily
You don't
just
get to
pay
decide what
some
being a
Right.
man
child
is.
support, though. Just pay the child support
But
and
who's to
only
say
see
that
the
he's not
child when
paying
you
the
have
child
to see the
support?
child. There are things you can do to where you don't have to interact with the other parent. He's just a
But
weak man.
but that's very
And we
that
don't need
that's
any more
very
excuses for
hard.
any more weak men. And I
That's
mean,
very hard
I
to
I
say.
understand to an extent some men are just they'll abandon their offspring, whatever. It just is what it is. But we live in a society where that child's going to be somebody's problem.
Right? No,
And he
that,
gets to
but
go
that's
off
why I
and
said
make
I didn't
more children that
disagree.
he'll probably repeat the same patterns with.
But what good does it? But what good does it on the other end? Why would you, as a mother, do that? If you know,
These
if
men be seeing the writing on the wall though. They know that they be with
I
crazy women
agree,
and they see it through. So I don't know. You can't tell a man anything. So if he wants to sleep with somebody he probably wasn't compatible with outside of the bedroom and get her pregnant,
At least he's
he
not
needs
gay.
he might be, we don't know, but he needs to
Okay.
still see that through. Like that's your child. You don't want to pay, you don't want to spend time, you just want to get ghosts and get out the picture, and then that child is probably going to be a deadbeat parent and repeat the same cycle. And this is what's going on with society.
I agree, Molly. I, he is probably the same kind of dude who takes better care of his tennis shoes and he's willing to take for this
Or his
child.
pit bulls,
Right.
something ghetto, his car, his rims, something ghetto. But the children get left out in the cold to be everybody else's problem, to be somebody else, a jailbird,
It's
or if
cheaper
it's a
to take care of your
girl,
rims than your
be
kids.
having
I
six
really feel like
kids
comparing it.
on welfare.
Definitely cheaper to take care of
Do
rims.
y'all think that it's a possibility for the woman to change after uh, they are no longer together to where it would be too difficult to co-parent with her?
Yeah.
Yes, people get freaking divorced after 30 years. You go from I love you, I'll give you the world to fuck you. Like, yes, 100% people change all the time. Like that.
You can parent without dealing with the parent though. There are ways to parent and you barely have to deal with the other parent. He doesn't want to find a solution. He wanted to leave. That was his choice, which do you, but you're a deadbeat
My body,
and you're
my choice.
bragging
My
about it.
body, my choice.
Well, let me ask another question. Let me ask another question. Do you guys think that it's we know what's best in most situations as far as what's going to be the best for the children as far as parents staying together? Um, well, I'm not going to ask that question. Let me just kind of revise it a little bit. Why aren't women held? Why don't y'all think that women are held more accountable for weaponizing the children against the fathers?
because nobody
Because you're
wants
gonna
to
have a
blame their
woman.
mother.
Because you're
Nobody wants to
gonna
tell their mother that she's dusty. Nobody wants to tell the woman that pushed them out that she's wrong, because nobody tells their mother that they're wrong. Even if they're wrong, everybody will just hold it in and maybe they won't deal with their mother, things like that. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to tell the person that gave them life that they're trash.
It's because the men take the brunt of everything. There's always going to be someone that said you slept with her.
I don't
Well,
agree.
that's what they say to
Like
women. They say the
there's
same
plenty
thing
of
to
men
women.
that are
Women do get held
trash and they
accountable.
should be held accountable, right? There's plenty of men that are trash, but there's far more women that are trash. We know this because the abortion clinics say so.
Well,
Women are
Marielle,
held accountable by for having babies by trash men by what they get from said trash men.
No, what I'm
That's the
saying
only way
is
women are held
there are
accountable.
there are trash men, but we're okay with calling that out, which I am. We're okay with calling trash men out, but we're not okay with calling the mothers out. Why am I walking past a fire station? I can hear a baby crying in a box.
because men
That's
still getting
trash.
them same women pregnant. How do
Told
you
you.
call a
I
woman
told you.
trash and they'll still end up
But I
pregnant
just said they was
again?
trash. Yeah, they're trash. Like that's established. They're like one, two, three, four, five,
The
six.
men
Like,
not holding these women accountable.
huh?
They're still you can know a woman is a bad parent. You can see that she's probably not the most feminine of women to even be nurturing a child, and you'll still sleep with her knowing the consequences and then be mad about what you get out of it or be mad that she's not a good parent to your child.